the crushing silence of the deep sea, where sunlight cannot reach and shadows linger eternal, lies a realm few dare to imagine, let alone explore. Welcome to Whispers Beneath the Abyss, a journey into the uncharted depths where myth and reality blur. Here, colossal beings stir, ancient secrets echo, and mysteries older than time itself awaken in the darkness. Tonight, we descend beyond the reach of man, where the whispers of the abyss grow louder, daring us to listen. Stay with us as we unveil the haunting truths hidden beneath the ocean's veil, where legends are born and nightmares dwell. Whispers Beneath the Abyss. In the grand tapestry of myth, legend, and cosmic horror, few concepts are more terrifying than the abyss. An endless, dark expanse beneath the world, where time itself loses meaning and forgotten entities linger in silence. Whispers Beneath the Abyss is both a tale and an exploration of this theme. A story about humanity's eternal curiosity, its fragile resilience in the face of the unknown, and the seductive danger of voices from places we were never meant to reach. This piece weaves narrative storytelling with explanation of its symbolic and thematic layers, examining how such a story reflects deep human fears and philosophies. The Descent. The story begins with a research expedition aboard the vessel Acheron, named after the River of Sorrow in Greek mythology. The crew, a collection of scientists, divers, and linguists, has one mission: to explore a newly discovered trench in the Pacific Ocean, deeper than the Mariana, plunging so far that sonar could not map its end. This trench, nicknamed the Ebon Vale, seems to pulse with a strange resonance whenever seismic instruments are deployed. Dr. Mara Ellison, a linguist specializing in dead languages, is invited to join, though she finds the choice unusual. What need does an expedition into the ocean's depth have for a linguist? She soon learns. In preliminary recordings taken at the trench's edge, faint patterns of sound resembling speech have been detected. The crew dismisses them as pressure distortions, but the lead scientist, Dr. Kenji Sato, insists there is structure in the noise, cadence, rhythm, even repetition. They are not random. Mara's role is to determine if these murmurs are mere anomalies or something else entirely. As the Acheron descends through crushing waters, the crew begins to hear things. Not through sonar or hydrophones, but in their own minds. Whispers. Not loud, not intrusive, but soft and familiar. Like the memory of a loved one speaking from far away. The whispers. On the fourth day at sea, Mara records hours of audio pulled from the trench's rim. When filtered, she hears fragments. Syllables formed from no known tongue yet strangely evocative, as if the words tug at something primal inside her. She notes a similarity to proto-languages spoken thousands of years ago, before human civilization coalesced. But here is the impossible truth. These voices predate humanity itself. Crew members confess they dream of the same things. Black spires rising from an endless sea, doorways opening into caverns where light has never touched, and shapes moving, vast and patient, just out of sight. The whispers never order or command, but they lure, promising knowledge, clarity, release from human limits. The deeper the Acheron ventures, the louder the whispers grow. Explanation of symbolism. The whispers represent more than just eerie sounds. They embody temptation of forbidden knowledge, echoing ancient myths of Prometheus stealing fire or Pandora opening the box. Humanity has always sought beyond its limits, often at great cost. The abyss itself functions as a metaphor for the unconscious mind, a realm of repressed fears, desires, and truths. When the crew hears whispers, they are essentially confronting the parts of existence that were never meant to surface. Truths too vast, too alien, too incompatible with human sanity. Contact. At 6 miles down, the crew discovers a plateau, a shelf extending into darkness. Upon it rests a structure, colossal yet organic in appearance. It resembles a temple, though no human hand could have carved it. Its walls pulse faintly, as though alive, and its surfaces are inscribed with patterns resembling language. Mara, staring at these markings, feels the whispers aligning with them. She begins to translate, not in the scholarly sense, but instinctively, as if the words unlock themselves in her mind. They speak of the dwellers beneath, beings who fell before time began, chained in silence, awaiting the return of listeners who would unseal their prison. The crew is divided. Some insist this is a natural geological formation. Others feel awe and fear. But at night, one by one, the crew begins to change. They speak in tongues they do not know, write symbols in notebooks, and wander the ship as though sleepwalking. The whispers are no longer beneath. They are inside. The collapse of reason. Terror escalates when one diver, sent to collect samples, does not return. His tether is hauled back shredded, as if something had chewed through steel. Panic spreads, but the whispers soothe some of the crew, urging calm. Those who resist begin to lose focus, nosebleeds, migraines, disorientation. Mara realizes the truth. Resistance weakens them. The abyss does not merely call. It adapts, reshaping the human mind until compliance feels like survival. The whispers are not merely sound, they are contagious thought. Explanation of themes. This phase of the story reflects the concept of mimetic infection. Ideas spreading like viruses, altering those who encounter them. In real life, ideologies, propaganda, and even language can transform cultures and individuals. Here, the whispers symbolize the most extreme form of this. Ideas so vast they rewire human thought upon contact. This also mirrors Lovecraftian cosmic horror, the notion that human minds are ill-equipped to process the universe's true scale. To comprehend it is to risk madness. Revelation. By the 10th day, the Acheron drifts directly over the trench's mouth. Instruments show no bottom. Lights descend but vanish into unbroken black. Mara deciphers more of the carvings. They tell of a war before creation, when beings of light cast down their kin into the void. The abyss became both tomb and womb, holding what must not rise again. The whispers are the imprisoned, leaking fragments of thought upward, searching for vessels. Her final translation chills her. When the listeners open the gate, the sea shall empty, and silence shall drown the stars. The crew argues whether to retreat or descend further. Some insist they must understand what lies beneath. Others demand they surface before more vanish. But the ship no longer responds to commands. Power fluctuates, systems misfire, and the vessel begins sinking, as though pulled by unseen currents. The abyss has chosen the descent into madness. As they plummet, time fractures. Crew members lose track of hours. Some claim they have been at sea for centuries, others that they never left port. The whispers grow into full voices, speaking directly into thoughts, offering bargains. Mara herself hears her late mother's voice, telling her she can bring back what was lost. Another crewman hears promises of infinite knowledge, while another hears forgiveness for crimes long buried. Each whisper is tailored, intimate, irresistible. One by one, they yield. When they reach the bottom, or what they think is the bottom, they see it. A doorway vast enough to swallow mountains carved into the seabed. It yawns open, lightless, and from it emanates the whispers in unison. A choir of endless hunger. Explanation of narrative structure. The journey follows a descent arc, common in myth and literature. Orpheus into the underworld, Dante into hell, explorers into forbidden lands. The further they go, the more reality unravels. This structure symbolizes not just physical descent, but psychological unraveling. Here, the abyss is not merely a place but a process of transformation, stripping away sanity, identity, and human boundaries until only submission to the incomprehensible remains. The final choice. Mara faces the ultimate decision. The doorway is open, the whispers beckon, and the crew around her has succumbed. She understands that stepping through will mean merging with something eternal, losing individuality but gaining cosmic truth. Yet she also knows surfacing means carrying this infection with her. Thoughts that can spread across the world. Whispers that will not stop once unleashed. Either path dooms humanity, through assimilation or through corruption. The story ends ambiguously. Mara approaches the doorway, the whispers crescendoing. Her last thought before silence. Perhaps the abyss was never beneath us. Perhaps it was always within. explanation of ending. The ambiguity mirrors the nature of the abyss itself, unknowable, inescapable. The central theme is not victory or defeat, but inevitability. Humanity's curiosity ensures it will always probe deeper, open forbidden doors, and risk annihilation for truth. The final line redefines the abyss, not just a physical trench but the human psyche. The whispers represent our own compulsions, fears, and desires, rising from depths we cannot fully silence. In seeking the abyss, humanity finds only itself. Broader interpretation. Psychological. The whispers are intrusive thoughts, depression, or trauma resurfacing. The abyss is the unconscious, where suppressed emotions wait to emerge. Philosophical. The story questions whether knowledge is inherently good. If understanding the universe destroys the mind, is ignorance safer? Cosmic. On a grand scale, it reinforces humankind's insignificance. The universe contains mysteries that do not care whether we survive contact with them. Whispers Beneath the Abyss is both tale and allegory. It warns of the perils of curiosity unchecked, the fragility of reason when confronted with the unknown, and the seduction of promises whispered in the dark. In its 1,800-word span, the narrative illustrates how horror is not merely about monsters or shadows, but about the collapse of certainty, the corrosion of sanity, and the chilling possibility that what we fear most is not outside us, but already whispering within. As we ascend from the crushing depths, the whispers of the abyss still echo, haunting our thoughts and stirring our imaginations. What dwells in that eternal darkness? Beasts, gods, or forgotten truths? Remains shrouded in mystery, waiting for those bold enough to seek them. If this descent into the unknown gripped your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into shadow and legend. And remember, the ocean guards its secrets well. Until our next dive into the unseen, keep listening to the whispers, for they may reveal more than we are ready to understand. The abyss never sleeps,